Hi guys, so yesterday we left off on slide 6 and we first plotted 2 and then we used the slope of 3 over 4 to rise 3 units, run 4, make a dot and repeat it, and then reverse the pattern of dropping 3 units, running to the left and making more points on our coordinate plane here and then connecting with a line. Happy Halloween, by the way. Alright, so I am going to now go to the next slide. And so by going through this, you can see we rewrite it in slope-intercept form, figure out what the slope and the y-intercept are, what your m and your b are, and then you come over here and you graph it, right? Plot the y-intercept, plot the second point using the slope. You could plot more than a second point. I suggest that you do plot more than just 2 points. That'll give you a more accurate line, and draw a line through your points. So let's do this slide here. I need to rewrite 3x plus y equals 2 in slope-intercept form. So in order to do that, let's subtract. Well, that's a really big. Good pencil. Make sure I could get all this on here. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And then when I rewrite this, I'm going to get y equals, those cancel. And then I want to put the minus 3x term first. And then I want to put plus 2. Okay, so that's slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Step 1, check. Step 2, identify the slope and the y-intercept. So my slope is whatever the coefficient of the x term is, -3. And because I'm going to be plotting points, it's good to think of it as a ratio, -3 over 1. If you don't have a fraction, just put a 1 in the denominator. That's all you got to do. And then my y-intercept, my b, is the constant, 2. Okay, step 2, check. Step 3, plot the point 0b. All right, well, 0b is right here. Then that's all you need the y-intercept for. And then we're going to come over here in step 4, plot a second point using the slope. -3 over 1. My graph is going to have to be going downhill from left to right because it's negative. Rise is 3, run is 1. So if I go up 3 units, it puts me at, and I'm starting at the pink dot, 3 units up puts me at 5. And then if I go over 1 to the left, it puts me right here. Okay. I could repeat that. I'm off the grid if I keep going that way, so I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to instead drop 3 and go to the right one. Okay, so you can use the slope over and over again to plot many, many points. I kind of like to think of it that way. M for many points. B for begin. All right, you use the slope many times. You only use the y-intercept once. And finally, step 5 says to draw a line through these points. Let's use yellow. Why not? And so there's my line. And I can then put little arrows at the end of my line. And we are done. Okay, that's slide 8. Explaining slide 10 here. So slope is 3 and 2, 5 is on the line. If you write an equation and you're given the slope and a point, you can do that. All you got to do is write out y equals mx plus b, replace the y and the x with the given y and x, which are 2 and 5, and replace the slope, which is m, with the given slope, which is 3. And then you have this substituted equation that we're going to then solve. B turns out to be -1. All right, so once you know the slope and the y-intercept, you can write it in slope-intercept form. And that's what we're going to do on the next slide. Okay, so in this case, let's use some color coding. My slope is -1. My x value is 3. my y value is 2. And so I'm going to find the y-intercept by substituting all this stuff into slope-intercept form. So the y is 2 equals, my m is -1. My x is 3, so I'm multiplying the slope in the x term. And my unknown is still b, okay? But I know all the other pieces, so I can figure out b. I'm just solving this equation now for b. So you're going to multiply -1 and 3 together, which will give us -3 plus b equals 2. And then to solve for b, now all I got to do is just add 3 to both sides. Those cancel, and I'm left with the value of b is 5. Okay? Well, now that I know that b is 5, and I already knew that m is -1 because they told me that, when I write the equation in slope-intercept form, y equals -1 x plus 5. That's it. That's your final answer. Y equals -1 x plus 5. And that is the end of going over these slides. So have a great weekend. Happy Halloween. And I'll see you guys next week.